and interior gateway routing protocol. Let's do three routers, three of them. Keep it simple. Do two switches. Server. 8 point. I'll do 0.1 over here. All right, let's go ahead and set this up. So let's see which one that is. 3. 0.0. Oh, shut. No shutdown. Wake them up, wake them up. Same over here. Shut. Might as well do this one too. Since I'm on this one. This one. Here, trash. 10.2.1. Shut. R. So that's 0.1. IP address 20.10.0.1255. We're gonna do a /16 subnet. No shut. And over here, which one are you? 0.1. T 0.1. Shut. All right. So we got a /16 subnet over there. So now we know where we at. Shut. Okay. Got those set up. And let's get the in host set up. I'm making 0.4. 17.2. I'm just making 6. So 4 and 6. Gateway. That's your gateway. You gotta make this your gateway on your network, else you won't be able to communicate with other networks. You gotta make sure you configure a default gateway. And I'll make sure to leave an example so you can see what I mean. Watch this. I won't configure them to the end so you can kind of see what I mean. All right, so I was gonna do enhance interior gateway routing protocol first. New router. Why did I set? I ain't set the IP for the server. I'll just make note of it. I haven't configured them yet, so I'm making 0.6. You know, I'm going ahead and configure it. I done already spoken into existence. Let me go ahead and configure it. /6. Yeah, I said I was going. Ain't no point. I could just show y'all how that works later. So 1.68. Do an example without it, and then an example with. 2.6. 7.2.1 gateway 72 17.2.4 17.17.1. Right, so we have those set up. Let's go ahead and test if we can ping our gateway. We can ping our gateway, so we have connectivity on the gateway. So now we can start to configure our routers. So simple tip that I like to do when I configure routers, like just networks in general, just to keep do show, just so you can know what you need to add in your dynamic routing table. So this gives you your routing table. So this is everything that your router that you're on can actively see and get to. So think of it like it's the map that this router can get to. If the address that you're trying to send it to is not on here, we can't send it there. So usually if you want to do a dynamic routing protocol, you do router. Then if you do question mark, it'll show you the ones that you can use. So we're doing enhanced interior gateway routing protocol, EIGRP. So you do EIGRP. Then you put the autonomous system number. So we're going to use just one for an example. After that, you just will put network. Then we will put the connected network. So these are networks that we're directly connected to. 0.0. But see, the trick is with this, and typically with the routing, you have to put a wildcard. So the wildcard subnet is just the inverse of the regular subnet. So if your subnet is 255.255.255.0, your wildcard would be 0.0.0255. You know what I'm saying? So we see that this 10 network is /8. So that means that we will go 0.255.255.255. And then we'll go here, network 172. So this is the network that our hosts are on. 17. You can see that /16. So you go 0.0.255.255. Now you can get there. So now you do the same thing on the next router, your neighbor. Even though this is not OSPF, where they're called neighbors, but you get what I'm saying. Show IP, so you can see what you're connected to. Go exit router, RGP 1. So you go network 10.0.0.0 0.55.55. We just formed an adjacency with that first router we just configured. And if you go on this router, you can see that we have a neighbor. Now, do the next one. Network 20.0.0.55. Oh wait, this is /16. Gotta pay attention to that subnet. That'll tell you where you need to go. Then you go here, do show IP route, last router. Do exit router GP1 network 20.10.0.0. Oh wait, Shoot. So I need to go back here. I configure this one. See, that's why you gotta make sure you configure. You gotta make sure you pay attention. Also, if you want to remove stuff, just put no. You gotta make sure you pay attention. Cause you see how this is 0, but on here is 10. Those two numbers, so these two right here in the front, they won't change. So you gotta make sure you put those in right. Cause I would have configured it wrong, and then I would have been wondering why my network not working. I formed an adjacency. See, if I would have put this in and I didn't change the other one, we wouldn't have formed an adjacency. That's why it's very important that you just take your time. And yeah, there we go. So now if you do show route IP, you can compare it to this one. So you see over on that one, we don't have any D. I'll show you on here. So now we have these routes. All the routes that we learned from our neighbors, we are able to get to on here. So we're able to go to 10. We're able to go to that 20 subnet. We're also able to get to the neighboring network, the 172.17. We're able to get to that network, as you can see here. So the ones that are labeled D. So that's the learned protocols that we just learned. We just learned these routes, how to get there, as you can see. And if you want to do a test, like, okay, so we'll do this one. So we'll try to ping one of the host computers on the neighboring network. So you see how we're able to actively get responses. So that's through the ping. And if you want to actively see the route that it took, you do a trace route. So now we're able to see all the hops that were made. So you can see all those. You see those IPs? Those are the IPs of the routers that the packets had to travel to get to the destination address. So you can see our default, as you can see our default gateway. You can see our gateway IP, so the gateway interface. Then after that, we hopped over to that interface of the next router, and then we hopped over to the interface of the next router, and then from there, boom, we passed through and went to our, destination address. And then it's kind of it's the same way with from the host address. You'll see the inverse. So watch what happens when I try to ping the server. So I'm able to ping them, so we got connectivity. So if you do a trace route here, you see we get the inverse of what we got from the first time, because we're able to see this is all the hops that it had to make to get to the server. And oh yeah, I was gonna show you so this is what happens. So this is what'll happen if you try to ping, but you don't have a default gateway set up on the network. I'm gonna show you. So watch this. So on this network, I'll take the default gateway off. So we don't have a default gateway. So watch this when we try to ping this. So watch you see how we will try to ping. Timeout. It'll time out. Timeout. So you're not able to actively get to our destination. We don't have a way to get there. Let me see if I can. I'll do a simulation too. So I'm gonna make sure I speed it up. So I'm just gonna, so you can just kind of get a quick glimpse. So you see, it can't get there. It can get there, but it can't get here. So that's why it's gonna time out each time. Yeah. So, but when I add the default gateway back, 0.1.2.1, let's try again. You see, I was able to get a reply then. As soon as I literally typed it in, we was able to get a reply, because it's like, think of it like this: your default gateway is like the door to your network. So it's pretty much how your host, your internal network devices are able to walk out the door to get to the outside world, the network, the outside network. So if that door is closed, you don't have a default gateway set up, then no one can get in and they can't get out. But if you got it open, then they can walk out, they can communicate with the people on the outside, and the people on the outside can communicate with them. That's essentially how that works. And I'll make sure to also do another video on OSPF next, open shortest path first. So I'll kind of do a similar video to this where it's just straight from scratch, just straight configuration from scratch, because that's pretty much what I've been doing for the time being, since I have been, just literally just labs, just making them from scratch. So I'll kind of just make sure to post more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Bye.